They came from the four corners of the earth, the mightiest gladiators from Great Britain, Australia, the USA, Germany, South Africa, and Russia. Together they united to accept the challenge of the international champion contenders in a battle that will decide who is the best in the world.
And to the third of our international gladiator heats.
Kimberly, the countries represented tonight come from as far afield as Australia, Russia, South Africa, and the USA. So, Ulrika, this is truly a global affair.
Well, that's right, Mike, and with the action we've seen over the past few weeks, things are really hotting up backstage, and who can blame our contenders when our eventual champions will win a round-the-world trip for two? And we haven't forgotten about our runners-up. They'll each walk away with £2,000.
That being said, I think it's time to meet tonight's contenders. First, for the women, they are from Australia, Loreen Bavart, and from Russia, Ludmila Matchenko.
Loreen, welcome. How are you feeling?
Really excited and I can't wait.
Oh, you look very relaxed and sounding very confident. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from and what you do.
I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a physical education teacher and this training I do is karate.
Oh, I see. So what does it feel like to be in England and taking part in international gladiators?
Well, the weather at the moment makes me feel like at home because Melbourne's got the same weather. But taking part, representing your country, you can't ask for anything more. It's a big buzz.
And you've had a look at the competition and you've had a look at the international gladiators. How do you think you're going to fare?
They're awesome, those gladiators, so hopefully I'm going to be awesome as well.
We certainly hope so. Loreen Bavard.
Ludmila, welcome to Birmingham, England. What do you do for a living and where are you from?
I'm from Woronierz. I'm 21. I've been doing athletics for 12 years.
What is your favorite event and why?
I like all the events, and I think I'll do well in every one of them.
And how do you think you're going to do against the gladiators this evening?
Let the spectators be the judge of that.
Best of luck. Good to have you here. Ludmila Matchenko.
So we've met our female contenders. Let's meet the gladiators they'll be facing tonight.
From the United States of America, Ice and Jazz. From South Africa, Delilah and Sahara. From Germany, Angel. And from the United Kingdom, Lightning and Gold.
Well, you've met our women. Time now to meet our macho men. Let's introduce you tonight to first our male contenders. They are from the USA, Patches Mazia. And from South Africa, Prince Sonny.
Shizmazia is a fabulous surname. Where on earth is that from, Pat?
It comes from my father from Hungary. He gave it to me.
Well, I should hope he did. Tell us what you do and where you're from.
What I do is I coach snowboarding in the wintertime. I also compete, and the rest of the time I get ready for it.
Have you been to England before?
No, this is my first time.
What do you think about it?
Great country, lots of great people.
And we've got some great audiences here as well. Now tell us, you've had a look at the international competitors and the gladiators. How do you think you're going to do?
It's a great group of competitors. It's going to be tough to get through, and of course the gladiators are also equally as great.
But you're looking forward to it?
Oh yes, very much so.
Well, the very best of luck. Pat Shizmazia.
Prince, you certainly have the look of a champion. Tell us a little bit about yourself, starting with that great name of yours, Prince Sonny.
My name is Prince Sonny. I'm 23 years old. I play American football back home in South Africa, and I'm a model by profession. And I'm very glad here today to represent my country, South Africa. I know we've been in a lot of difficulties. I'm very glad to represent my country here today, and I'm ready to die for it.
Prince, those are very strong words and very noble words. One of the things you told me backstage is you've seen this show on television before, but then you came to Birmingham, had a chance to practice on some of the apparatus, and it's a totally different story, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, back home, I used to watch Gladiators, but I used to think it's something very easy. But when I actually got here, I saw that it's something very, very different. It's really, really different. When you get out there, it's different.
Well, we're looking for you to do well here, and I'm sure the crowd here in Birmingham will root you on. Good luck. Prince Sonny from South Africa.
So that's the male contenders. Let's meet the male gladiators.
From Australia, Hammer and Tower. From Germany, Giant and Flash. From Russia, Dynamite and Titan. From the United Kingdom, Trojan and Warrior.
Ulrike, have we left anything out? I think we've covered all the bases. One thing left to be said. Let the games begin. Using the blue scoring balls from Australia, Loreen Bavart. And trying to score with the red scoring markers, Russia's Ludmila Matchenko. For the Gladiators, Vogue, Ice, and Delilah.
The UK cover girl Vogue, the Ice Maiden from the United States, and the South African sensation Delilah.
Over to Larry Thompson.
Australia and Russia, are you ready? Gladiators, are you ready?
Yes, the quiet ones are always the worst.
3, 2, 1.
Let's get this international action on. Luda against Vogue. Beats Delilah, 2 points. Ice coldly cuts down Loreen. Luda again. Ice is there. And Delilah all can't stretch. Loreen dragging Vogue in her wake. 2 points. Sorts of Posy out. Luda, Vogue's there. Delilah covering. Loreen tackled by Ice. Can't hold her. Slams home the points. Luda surrenders. Loreen. Good marking from Vogue. Luda. Ice chills her out. Loreen sees the gap. Centre basket. 3 points. The Australian karate champion getting into this game. Luda beats Delilah. Baskets the ball. Loreen. Superb tackle from Vogue. Luda. Oh, Ice gives her the cold shoulder. Loreen. Vogue with the interception. Gladiators tackling well, but these girls are fast. Luda. Oh, good save by Ice. Loreen. Vogue pushing her wide. Ice there to cover. Luda, one last chance. Yes! Beats 2 Gladiators just on the final whistle. The Gladiators did a great job, particularly the UK's Vogue against 2 superb contenders. In the replay, even when Vogue can't hold the Australian, she grabs the next best thing. Now, that would have been a spectacular takedown. After that fast and furious opener, Loreen from Australia has 7, Luda from Russia 6.
The men have that lean and hungry look, using the blue scoring markers from South Africa. Prince Sonny, and operating with the red scoring balls from the USA, Patches Mazia. For the Gladiators, our terrible trio of Giant, Titan, and Hammer.
The German Giant, Titan from Russia, and the Wizard of Oz, Hammer.
Over to our international referee, John Anderson.
South Africa and USA, ready! Gladiators, ready!
Well, between them, the Gladiators packing over 50 stones of solid muscle. But the Prince looks as if he means business. Here's why.
I'm looking forward for the Powerball because I've been playing American football and I'm very used to contact games, so that's why I think I'll do very well in there.
3, 2, 1.
Here's the South African Prince. Oh, pots the points. Pat smashed into the ground by Hammer. Prince reloads against the Titan. Oh, 2 more. Pat tackled by Giant. Oh, and the steam hammer there. Prince again. Titan and Hammer are there. Doesn't fancy the odds. Hammer with the afters. And Pat, amazing speed from the American. 2 points. Prince. Oh, 2 more there from under Titan's nose. And Pat wisely bails out. More afters from Giant and Hammer. Great run. Oh, the ref's blown up. Stop play. Just as Prince was poised for a centre basket.
Tackling the man when he did not have the ball. Don't do it again.
What a lecture there from UK ref John Anderson. Not a man to be messed with. But Prince's supporters not happy with his timing. But he was right to stop it. Giant and Hammer clearly throwing their weight around after Pat had grounded the ball, so we start again with 31 seconds remaining.
3, 2, 1.
Here's the Prince. Leaves Titan standing like a statue. 2 points. Pat nailed by Hammer. Prince looking for the gap. Titan takes him this time. Pat, the American survival of the fittest champion. He'll be pleased to survive this. Doesn't fancy his chances here. Here's Prince. Oh, taken down by Titan and Hammer. Pat against Giant. Hammer so keen, he tackles Giant. Oh, the referee's blown up again. He's going to wear that whistle out tonight. Well, obviously requiring Hammer to replace his safety helmets. I think we've got one in your size, sir. 12 7/8. And timekeeper Andy Norgate obliges.
8 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Pat against Giants. Oh, fells him and scores 2. Prince comes to load up, but he's going to be out of time. Excellent performances all round, plenty of action. That's the way we like it. Here's Mike.
Chris, you play American football in South Africa. Did that help?
Yeah, definitely. It helped me. Yeah. But the guy that I was against, he's a tough gladiator too. But I don't know. I thank God for that.
Well, you win Powerball 8-4. Nicely done. Prince Sonny from South Africa. Pat, I get the distinct impression that you're glad this thing is over.
Yeah, this is one of my least favorite games, but it gives me the most adrenaline, and I am glad it's over.
Is your body intact?
Yeah, thank God. Barely, though.
Okay, you'll live to compete again. Pat Chismazia from the USA.
Right, let's join Kimberly with the Gladiators.
There was certainly a lot of action in that game. Titan, did you have fun?
This game is fantastic. I'm in the top of the world.
You're on top of the world. Well, how do you feel about the game? This was your first time playing it, Giant.
It's the first time playing, and it's a great game. It's a rough, tough game, and there's many tactics. That's very important. It's a good game.
So you're on a learning curve. Hammer, you've been doing this for a long time. You've got a rugby background.
Well, Kimberly, the guys, a couple of times I think the game was stopped because a couple of the contenders threw the ball on the ground, and when I tackle low and I have my eyes to the ground, and when they drop it I can't see it, so I follow through in the tackle. There's no way I'm not going to do that. But they came at us, and we certainly give it back.
Well, I don't think the crowd are too happy with you at this point. I think they wanted you off.
Well, the whole idea of the game is for them to take us on, and a couple of times they drop the ball, you know, and it doesn't make for a good game.
Well played anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, please have a round of applause for our Gladiators.
Right, with one event under their belts, Pat from the USA has scored 4. The South African Prince has 8. Next.
First up on the pendulum, it's Loreen from Australia. And she's going to be facing Jazz from the United States.
And looking at the stats and all that jazz, the American Gladiator star stands 5'10" and weight in at 12.5 stones. Her contender, Loreen Bavart from Australia, same height, but well over a stone lighter.
Set the pendulum.
So it's swing time for Jazz, and for Loreen Bavart, 30-year-old PE instructor from Melbourne. She knows she's got to evade Jazz for 40 seconds to score 5 points, and for the full minute to score 10. She's expecting to face the music any second now, then she'll make her move. But Jazz being very sneaky, taking her time, building the tension up as she skirts the North Pole. And Jazz goes for it. Loreen has seen her. Lorena's come halfway round the world to be here. Now she's got to do it again on a minor scale to avoid Jazz. Lorene, 3 times world karate champion, dubbed the best fighter, man or woman, in Australia. She's not going to surrender on this pendulum. She's good for 5 at least. Jazz is close, but not close enough to flag her down. This wild ride, one of the most difficult for the Gladiators. But a real test of the contender's strength and stamina. Looks like Lorena's passed that test. She's going to pick up 10 points. Oh, yes, the Aussies have proclaimed their own monarch.
Gladiators rock.
And Jazz disappointed. But Lorene is a remarkable Australian athlete. Here she is for a chat.
Well, Lorene, your tactic was obviously to stay stationary to start with until you saw her and then the chase was on.
Yeah, I just had to find out where she was. So I heard that Jazz is pretty quick. Just avoid her. That's what happened. She couldn't catch me, thank God.
Were you aware of the audience behind you? Of course, as she's getting nearer, they're cheering you on.
Oh, yeah, of course. Thanks a lot, audience. You helped me a lot.
And, of course, you picked up 10 points. Well done.
All right.
That was very exciting once you found her. You got very close on a few occasions.
A couple of times I could see her, but she's an excellent contender.
She's very fast, and size-wise, you're a very good match.
All I can think of is, guys, she's got legs like mine. She's flying across here.
Let's hear it for our gladiator, Jazz, and for Lorene. Next up, it's Ludmila from Russia. She's going to be facing Angel from Germany. Over to Larry Thompson.
Set the pendulum.
The German gladiator Angel sets out on her interceptor course looking for her contender, Ludmila Machenko from the Russian city of Voronezh. That's 500 kilometers south of Moscow, if I remember. 21 years of age and has been involved in sports since the age of 8. Here comes the Angel. Where else but from above? Luda trying to take evasive action. Angel so close to her flag. Swinging round. Yes! She's got her. Angel literally flew round that globe to get the job done. No points for Luda. In the replay, Angel was faster over the net, specially knitted for the event by John Anderson's wife, and she snatched the prize. And all that excitement boils down to the fact that after 2 events, Lorene from Australia swings up to 17, while Luda languishes on 6. Someone's been here, done that, bought the T-shirt, and he's having a great time.
So we now move into the men's event with Pat from the United States. And he's going to be facing Tower from Australia.
Now, looking at the design and dimensions of the Tower block, he's a high and mighty boy, 6'5" and weighing over 17 stones. Compare that to the Pac-Man from America, who's 6 inches shorter and 5 stone lighter.
3, 2, 1.
This is one event where the lighter man stands a much better chance. Now, years ago in this country, you were sent to the Tower for execution. On Gladiators, the Tower comes to you. Pat Chitzmarzia of the USA is at home in the frozen north, a snowboard instructor by profession and former American Gladiators men's champion. 26 years old, comes from a small town called Ketchum in the state of Idaho. Well, he's looking good to pull his 5 comfortably, but he'll be wanting to clock up the maximum, staying as high as possible, where the force of the pendulum is at its lowest. Ever vigilant, knows one mistake on that net or one moment's lack of concentration will cost him dear. And the Aussie Tower struggling to get on terms, 240 pounds. Very good company over lunch, just as long as you don't have to pick up the bill afterwards. And Pat's riding it out. You may as well enjoy it. He knows the up-and-coming events won't be so comfortable. But well done to Pat, 10 points safely in the bag. And this Birmingham crowd have really taken to all our overseas guests this season. As Tower dismounts, let's look at a replay. Now, Tower stays low, but the force of the swing, plus his 17 stones, makes the going very tough for him. His ploy of trying to sneak up on him doesn't work.
Next up, it's Prince of South Africa. And he's going to be facing Flash of Germany.
Set the pendulum.
South Africa's Prince Sonny hoping to avoid a dark cloud looming over him in the shape of the German gladiator Flash. But my goodness, the Flash is fast. Look at that for speed. Prince desperate to escape. Yes, the Flash grabs the rag and wipes the floor with him. Brilliant pendulum performance from the Flash man. And as the Prince drops out of the sky, you'll see why he's called Flash. Grabs the Prince's royal standard in just over 10 seconds. This explosive gladiator, certainly no flash in the pan.
Well, Prince, that was a fast and furious game for as long as it lasted. It didn't last very long.
Yeah, actually, I'm very scared of height, and I haven't been in anything like this before.
So were you almost quite glad he caught you?
Yeah.
And Flash, you were incredibly fast. Well done.
I heard the whistle, I was concentrated on, I took my chance on the right side, put him up, saw him, and then I never let him go.
You certainly didn't. Let's hear it for Flash and for Prince. Never mind.
After that blistering action, the American takes the lead. Pat swings to 14. The South African Prince stays on 8.
So the tension is mounting as our contenders are trying to muster up points ahead of the Eliminator. Join us after the break for more action here on International Gladiators.
Indoor arena and more International Gladiators Part 2. We are set now for event number 3. Our first female contender is ready to climb the pole. She is Loreen Bavard from Australia. She has to go against from South Africa, Sahara.
She's hot, say the fans, and you can judge for yourself. The South African Sahara stands a splendid 6'2" and weighs exactly 11 stones. 10 points for Loreen if she hits the top first. Loreen is climbing well. And Sahara looks slow, tentative. Obviously not as confident about this event as she is the others. And Sahara looking desolate up there, not often associated with the poles. Oh, she's going down to the barren wasteland of the crash mat. Good victory for Loreen. Sahara failing to whip up a sandstorm, and the Australian contingent pleased with that. She never looked like coming second and pushed that button which made the Sahara desert the pole.
Loreen, a big smile, and why not? 10 points for getting to the top of the pole axe first. You are a 3-time national champion, world champion karate fighter. This is a little bit different proposition. How were you able to do so well?
Just the knee strikes. Think high knee lifts, grab that pole and pull me up. I didn't want to fall down. It's a long way up there.
You don't happen to have a fear of heights, do you?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No fears.
You look very confident. Well done. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Sahara, what's the most difficult thing for you?
I think being up there the first time, probably.
There's actually a learning curve involved here. People, no matter how good an athlete you are, you just don't do this overnight, right?
I don't think so. Definitely not.
You'll get better as you go along. Don't worry about that.
I'm looking forward to try again.
Okay, we'll let you try again. Sahara and Loreen Bavard from Australia. Next up for the female contenders from Russia, Ludmila Matchenko. For the Gladiators, the UK's Lightning. Over to our international referee.
Lightning, a striking star of 4 seasons of Gladiators in the UK, stands 5'6", weighs in at just over 9 stones. Luda Matchenko from Russia, 2 inches taller, but a couple of stones heavier.
3, 2, 1.
And Lightning with a good start. Luda needs the points to get back into this competition. She's trailing Loreen. Lightning's climbing well. Very experienced on the pole. It's close. Terrific climb from Luda, considering the weight difference. Lightning's there. Luda Russian through and through, and now Russian to the crash mat. Even if you win, you've got to come down the hard way.
So very, very close. You almost won. What did you think of your performance?
You've seen what happened. I could only say bad start, but good finish. That's all.
Better luck next time. Very well done, though. I know this is one of your better events, Lightning, but do you know how close she came to beating you?
I know. This is the first time I've done it in a show, so we're in the same boat, and I know exactly how she feels. But it was so close, you know, I could even see her as I was going around, and I thought, oh my God, I better pick up speed. She did very well.
Lightning, you always give 100% in every event. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Lightning!
The crowd cheer Lightning's performance, but Luda won't thank her for it. After 3 events, she now trails Loreen 27-6.
The men are set for poleaxe. First up for the men contenders from the USA, Pat Chizmazia. Representing the Gladiators from Germany, Giant.
There's the Giants. The German Gladiator, very impressive stats. 5 inches taller than Pat and 2.5 stones heavier.
3, 2, 1.
Well, Giant more used to climbing a beanstalk than a pole, and Pat from America, this is going to be fast. Giant, despite his bulk, scaling the stairs superbly. It's going to be Pat's. Yes, a fairy tale finish fells the Giant. The American supporters loved that, and Pat hit the emergency button that rang the alarm bells in the Giant's head, and then so did that crash mat.
It's a workout. You wouldn't think so. An event that lasts 10 seconds or less, but it is tough.
It's really tough. And he's a quick guy. He is so quick, but we only had 1 time going up this, so next time, I get him.
Sounds like you want a rematch, huh?
Sure.
Maybe we can arrange it. Pat Chizmazia, your time, 8.8 seconds, and as I understand it, that may be the fastest time ever for a contender in poleaxe. As you well know, as the 1995 American Gladiator champion, we have some wild events back in the States, but nothing quite like this.
No, definitely not. This is awesome. This is incredible, and I think Giant gave me a little bit too much credit back there. He's just as quick as me. I just got a little more lucky than him.
What is the best part of this thing? Going up or coming down, the free fall?
Going up.
We'll get you a free fall in next time. Pat Chizmazia, Giant, great match in poleaxe. Next up for the contenders from South Africa, Prince Sonny. For the Gladiators, you love them, Trojan.
Trojan, like he's leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street there. One of the most powerful UK Gladiators, stands 6'2" and 16 stones. Compare those to the weights and measures of the South African Prince. He's the same height as Trojan, but well over a stone lighter.
3, 2, 1.
Well, the Prince has already admitted he's not fond of heights, but British fans know the Trojan can be beaten on the pole. Trojan climbing gingerly, and the Prince hanging on for dear life, but it's going to be close. Oh, the Prince steals it! The Trojan horse, a faller at the last hurdle, but you've got to get up to get down.
Trojan, race-wise, that was about as good as it gets, and it appears that the biggest difference are in the final seconds, milliseconds, trying to search out that sensor. Looked like you had problems finding it.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I slipped once at one point, was just grabbing on my one hand. The last couple of seconds, last couple of feet, they're the crucial ones. And today this guy beat me full due to this guy. Well, man, yeah.
In your training for Gladiators, and you had no idea what any of these events were all about, did you do anything that came close to approximating what you needed to do well in poleaxe?
Actually, no. This is actually my second time on a poleaxe, and I'm actually scared of heights. And
come on, really?
Yeah, I can't just tell how I got up there. I don't know.
Well, you look terrific. Take a deep breath, turn around, smile to the crowd because they love you. You got 10 points. Prince Sonny from South Africa and Trojan.
Prince with a sunny smile, and little wonder he needed those points to get back into contention. 24-18 after 3. Next.
From Australia is Loreen. And she'll be facing from the USA, our gladiator, Jazz.
Loreen looking confident. Here's why.
I train at Samurai Karate in Australia. It's a form of Shukokai. It's a traditional martial art. I've been training for 8 years. I'm #1 in Australia and #1 in the world.
Australia ready! Gladiator ready! 3, 2, 1.
Well, Jazz will have to dance away to victory on this bridge. Oh, but she's getting stuck into the karate jab, swinging away. Oh, she's got her with a right hook. This is her event. The Aussie sent down under. I suppose Loreen, a better fighter with her bare hands. Kimberly's there.
Loreen, you must be frustrated. I can see you're pretty angry.
I hate it. I hate it.
This girl hates losing, don't you?
But she was good. All the credit to her. She done well.
She certainly was. Now, this was your first time up on Suspension Bridge. Was it scary?
Oh, not at all. It's a little bit different, but it wasn't scary.
Jazz, you're incredible up there. You really are.
Well, you know, I heard the Americans behind me just screaming and hollering. I couldn't let them down. This is the international games, and we've got to set a great representation.
You certainly have, Loreen. Unfortunately, no points, but a very good effort. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Loreen from Australia and Jazz from the USA.
Australian contender Andrew Halliday there. We'll see him in the semis.
Our next female contender up on Suspension Bridge from Russia is Luda. And she'll be facing from South Africa, Sahara. And it's over to our international referee, Larry Thompson.
Russia, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1.
The Sahara comes storming across to kick sand in Luda's face. There's 10 points waiting on the Gladiators platform, and Luda needs to reach them. And big shots are going in from both girls. Luda taking it to Sahara. And Sahara retreats to defend her territory. She's in trouble. It's getting too hot for Sahara. Oh, she's got her. Is she going? Yes. Suspense on the suspension bridge. She went. Luda crosses for the maximum points. The Russian fans on their feet. Looking at that finish again, Sahara goes for a big one. Loses her balance. Luda's there. Gives her a nudge. A bosh on the bonce. And she was gone.
Fantastic effort, Luda. 10 points to you.
I'm very happy that I've beaten the Gladiator.
That's great. So you had a fantastic time. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Luda from Russia and Sahara from South Africa.
Well, that win certainly helps the cause. After 4 events, Australia's Loreen stays on 27, while Luda from Russia hits 16.
Our first male contender on Suspension Bridge from the USA is Pat. And he'll be facing from Russia, Dynamite.
Dynamite, the explosive Russian, stands the same height as the American contender, but weighs well over 5 stones more. Dynamite.
USA, ready! Gladiator, ready! 3, 2, 1.
And Pat comes out tentatively. What's Dynamite going to do? Ouch, that! Dynamite's come to demolish, unleashing the bombs. Pat's going to go. Oh, gets a shove out the door and out of the points. The crowd are singing. And Dynamite whipping them up. In fact, he whips the crowd up almost as well as he whops the contenders down. He weights it up, wades in, and wipes him out. No points.
Next up on Suspension Bridge from South Africa is Prince. And he'll be facing the might of the UK Gladiator, Warrior.
Yes, as if we need telling. The Man Mountain from the UK stands 3 inches taller than Prince and a monstrous 5 stones heavier.
Ready! Gladiator, ready!
Well, this could be a case of the contender formerly known as Prince. He knows what he's got to do to get past Warrior. The Warrior goes straight to work. Oh, he's overcooked it. The Prince is the king of the bridge. What a right royal turnaround. Incredible win for Prince Sonny from South Africa.
Warrior is the best. Is that the situation?
Yeah, he caught me. Let me say something. I used to live and work in South Africa for 3 years, okay? And I tell you what, they've got some fantastic athletes out there, and with this new era that we've got now over in South Africa, you're going to see some of the world's best athletes, and we've got a great guy here today. So, all applause to him. Well done, mate. You came down at me, hit me hard, and there you go.
Sure did. Well done. Prince, you certainly are a prince. That was amazing.
Yeah, actually, I thought he was going to knock me out because he came with a full force. But I don't know how I did it. I just went for it. Yeah,
well, whatever you did right.
Yeah, he's a very tough gladiator. I promise you, the first knock he gave me, I could feel it. But I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I think he felt the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Warrior from the UK and Prince from South Africa. 10 points. Well done.
But the Warrior will be back to fight another day. After 4 events, Pat remains on 24, while the Prince blasts his way to 28. Next.
It's Ludmilla from Russia. And Loreen from Australia. And they'll be facing Lightning from the UK. And Ice from the United States. Over to Larry Thompson.
Australia and Russia, are you ready? Gladiators, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
All together, swing out sisters. Luda leaps. Marked out by Lightning. Ice is too quick, and Loreen is too short. Superb recovery by Lightning, timing her swing again. Keeps Luda at bay. Fury comes away with a couple of yellows. And Loreen plucks a blue and a yellow. It's 1 for a yellow, 2 for a blue, 3 for a red. Loreen again. Luda there and picks a pair of lemons. Loreen snatches a brace of blues, and the Ice not so hot on swing shot. Luda baskets a booty. She's on for a free swing. Oh, up she goes. Just falls short. Should have done better. Loreen banks the balls. Never happier than when she's got the blues. Swings again. Oh, almost hits a jackpot red. But the Ice woman cometh. Luda with another free swing. But nothing to show for it. And time running down in this high scorer. Loreen again. Goes for a big one. Ice laughs for the ball again. And Luda marked out by Lightning. And we've run out of time here. And both girls stick to the cylinder. Very funny stuff from Loreen and Ice. Good swing shot from both contenders. As they untangle, let's check out the replay. And most of Loreen's points came when she consistently beat Ice to the cylinder. That Sheila's got more bounce to the ounce than a kangaroo.
Here are your totals in swing shot. Ludmilla Metchenko of Russia 4. Loreen Vivart of Australia 7.
That means Loreen from Australia has scored a total of 34, while Luda of Russia has 20.
So we now move into the men's event with Pat from the United States. And Prince from South Africa. And they're going to be facing Trojan from the UK. And Tower from Australia. Over to John Anderson.
South Africa and USA, ready! Gladiators, ready! 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Pat skips onto the basket for more lift. Up they go. Oh, there's the skin and hair flying about everywhere, but they all come away empty-handed. Pat recoils trying to mount the platform. Trojan and Tower have a fast recovery, biding their time, letting both contenders set themselves up for the next swing. Prince, as we know, not comfortable with heights. Here comes Pat. Trojan with the big block. Limits Pat to a yellow. Good recovery. Prince has come away with a couple of blues, looking better. Pat with a free swing there. As high as the Reds can only manage a blue. Oh, Tower, too late for Prince. He's picked reds and Tower tries to mug him on the way down. Oh, and John Anderson will not tolerate that kind of behaviour. Pat banks a couple of blues. The American's hungry. He's back for more. Picks a yellow. Pots his prize. Finally, the Prince gets to put his treasure in the chest to boost his score to 10. Pat with another free swing, scrumps a lemon. Prince again, and he gets a fistful. There's the whistle. What an action-packed swing shot that turned out to be. Trojan with a smile. Pat knows he should have done better, though. Tower rebuked severely by the ref for this incident with Prince. The South African does superbly to grab 2 reds, but Tower deliberately impedes his return.
Totals in swing shot. Patches Mazzi of the USA 6. Prince Sonny of South Africa 12.
Add those to the final scores going into the eliminator. Pat from the US of A has a total of 30. Prince from South Africa a total of 40.
So now all that remains is the eliminator itself. Join us for more fantastic action here on International Gladiators. Here in Birmingham, where it's international eliminator time. Now in the women's competition, we have Russia against Australia. Ludmila's on 20 points, Lureen's on 34 points. That's a 14-point difference, giving Lureen a 7-second head start. Over to John Anderson.
Australia, you will go on my first whistle. Russia, you will go on my second whistle. 3, 2, 1.
30-year-old Lureen from Melbourne, Australia begins her run. A PE teacher and 3 times world karate champion. Here comes Ludmila Machenko. She's 21, an athlete from the city of Voronezh in Russia. Lureen up the rope and onto the overhead ladder. Her fellow Australian screaming for her. Luda on the rope and struggling. This delay will cost her. Lureen on the rollers. Oh, nearly takes a flyer. Composes herself on the nets, climbing carefully, can't afford another mistake. Luda looking unhappy on the hand ladder, designed to sap the strength in the arms. Lureen hauls herself to the top of the nets and jogs to the furthest zip. Luda on the rollers, needs to dig deep, keep her head and hope Lureen makes an error on the balance beam or the travelator. Lureen sweeps down the line, knows the graveyard is next. Luda on the nets, and the flags are out for her. Lureen on the beam, good control technique. To be a world karate champion, you've got to be some kind of superwoman. Steals herself for the punishing travelator ahead. She pumps it up. She's there. And into the semi-finals. Lureen Bebart from Australia. Aussie contender Andrew Halliday delighted. Luda, she might as well enjoy the atmosphere here at the indoor arena. She's got 7,000 people screaming for her. She's done well and comes second to an exceptional contender. Well, those flags have sold well tonight. Now digs deep up that travelator. Wobbles a bit, but she's there. Pauses to acknowledge the crowd. Ludmila Machenko from Russia swings through the burst to defeat the eliminator.
Huge congratulations. It looked to me as if you walked the eliminator.
I don't think so. I got it pretty hard.
Well, it looked very easy, except for one small problem there just before the net.
Yeah, I lost my balance there, but never mind. I got onto the mat, so I was lucky.
You did very well. Will you come back and do it all over again?
You bet I will.
Here's your medal. Let's hear it for Lureen of Australia. Well done.
Ludmila, it certainly wasn't a lack of effort. As you look back at the competition, where did things go wrong for you?
Simply, she's been more lucky than me today.
A memorable performance, nicely done, okay? Come back and see us. Ludmila Machenko of Russia. In the men's eliminator, it'll be Patches Mazzi of the USA versus Prince Sonny of South Africa. We'll have that race after this timeout.
When I think of America, I think of big wide open spaces, big buildings, big cars, the land of golden opportunity, where nothing's impossible. Hawk for president, that's what I say. If Ronald Reagan can do it, anybody can. Mind you, Hawk, you're gonna have to get a proper haircut.
one like this one, mate.
You can make all, you have all possibilities to make there something. So it's also, when I think of California, for sporting people, it's a dream.
Cowboys, Indians, Buffaloes, Baywatch, particularly Pamela Anderson. I wonder if she's a relation to John Anderson. I'll have to go and find out.
I guess certain parts are very beautiful and some things are a little bit overdone, but others than that, the people are a lot of fun.
Everything's got to be bigger and better than everywhere else, and we'll have to wait and see if their gladiators and their challenges are bigger than better than everyone else.
Well, fighting talk from Tower, and America's Pat Chitzmazia has some fighting to do. He trails South Africa's Prince Sonny by 10 points, which means Prince will have a 5-second head start for a place in the international semis, the US of A versus South Africa.
South Africa, you will go on my first whistle. USA, you will go on my second. 3, 2,
Prince Sonny
1.
from Johannesburg, a 22-year-old actor and model. He's also one of South Africa's leading American footballers. Here comes Pat Chitzmazia, a 26-year-old snowboard instructor from Ketchum, Idaho. And Ketchum is what he's got to do. Prince to the rope, and Pat looks to be gaining. Prince to the handbike. His junior fans on their feet. And Pat coming through. Prince with an awkward technique, and it's cost him the lead. And Pat hits the rollers first. Next comes the net. Prince follows him. The Prince can see the crown slipping through his fingers. And Pat, tremendous, reaches the top first. The American has disposed of that 5-second deficit and is going some across to the furthest ship. Down for a 25-mile-an-hour splashdown and turns his attention to the balance beam. Arms spread for balance. Prince lands. Pat sprinting. He's going for it. Big, long strides up the travelator. He's there. Pat Chitzmazia of the United States swings into the semi-finals. Pull back a 5-second deficit. Won with ease. Here comes the Prince. Scoots to the top. Hauls himself up. Oh, just. He's going to savour the swing. His last piece of apparatus on International Gladiators. Prince Sonny of South Africa. Great contender.
Well, Pat, how did you feel?
It's just good to get through the finish line and be in front of Prince.
Well, certainly. And I've just heard you did it in 56 seconds.
It's good. I'm pleased with that. I'm pleased with that.
You should be. Unfortunately, you're going to have to come back and do it all over again, but you're through to the semis. Here's a medal, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the semi-finals. Let's hear it for Pat of the US. Well,
Big man, I think everybody here in the National Indoor Arena agrees that you had one heck of a day. Problem about the Eliminator, it's one of the few events in sport that favor the good little man over the good big man.
Yeah, actually, he's a very fast guy, but I got a problem on the net there. I couldn't climb it fast anyway. I just did my best.
Prince, I'll tell you what, you accomplished the thing that you set out to do. At the top of our show, you told us that you were proud to represent South Africa and you were willing to die for your country. You gave every ounce of energy you had. You've got a lot to be proud about.
Yeah, thank you. Again, I'm thanking all the people here for giving me the support and the spirit to carry on.
I know you want to salute them. They're ready to salute you here. Congratulations. Prince Sonny of South Africa.
So we wish the Prince a safe journey home and look forward to seeing Pat in the semis.
So two new contenders advance to our semifinals, and I think you'll both agree that they have the potential to be champions.
they certainly do, and if Pat's anything to go by, that was certainly a very fast eliminator. 56 seconds, something to keep our eyes on.
And I think we can honestly say that all four of the contenders tonight were stars in their own right.
They certainly were.
Well, that ends our day here at the National Indoor Arena in Birmingham, England. For Kimberly Joseph and Ulrika Johnson, I'm Mike Adamley. We'll see you again next week on International Gladiators.
See you then.
For safety reasons, do not attempt to recreate any of the events you have seen on Gladiators.
Awooga, Ulrika Johnson helps lead the proceedings. New to challenge, Gladiators is next. Whilst over on pick, shifty side glances and some awkward silences in Nothing to Declare.
possible.